Hi, it's Sarah here, and you can see my very busy screen, but that's going to be useful, I hope, for the instructions that I want to give you to make sure that when you're inserting docs into your Google Sites portfolio, you're inserting a document that has the correct privacy settings. So I'm just going to go to my homepage. So you would go to your portfolio link, you'd press edit, and then it's gonna think for a minute. Do, 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 do. And let's say on my homepage, I wanted to edit, I wanted to insert, you've probably already gotten this far, right? A doc. Maybe your first reflection is a document. Let's say I wanted to just include my tips for success for my portfolio on my virtual homepage. Okay, so it looks good to me. I could publish it, I could see it. That's because when I go to insert docs via my Google account, I have access to all of these. But the problem is you need to triple check that any document you're inserting this way has the correct privacy settings so that anyone else you send your Google Sites portfolio to can see that. So I'm going to check that by pressing publish, publish, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like if I open an incognito window. I just need to grab my URL. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the incognito window, go to the office hours and notice, and it looks like I have settings that are correct because even when I'm not logged into my ASU account, I can see this. This means that I have shared a document that is viewable to anyone with link. And I highly recommend the way you double check this is you go to the document in your Google Drive, you click share, and you make sure that anyone with the link you can have comment or view. And this is easier, I think, for you than looking at it limited within ASU. So if I do that, I'm going to change that because you can double check with an incognito window. The thing is, if you have it viewable to anyone within ASU, you need to be able to log into a different ASU account to double check that. You could always have your roommate or a friend open it for you, your classmate open it for you. But let's see what that looks like now that I've updated the settings. Yep, it's going to say some kind of error is going to come up. So again, triple check the settings of any documents you're sharing, even though it doesn't ask you here. When you're inserting something from your drive, it doesn't ask you to update your settings. You have to make sure that you're sharing a document that already has the correct settings. So make sure, I suggest that you do anyone with a link because no one's going to be able to stumble upon this. Only people you're sharing this portfolio with will have access to it. So that's why I just recommend that. If you have concerns about this being shared outside of ASU, then you can go through that extra step of checking via a different ASU account if it works. Okay. So anyone with link, I'm going to change that. And then I'm going to see if that worked. Yep, there it is again. Okay. So there are a few ways you can double check those settings. Go to the document itself, click share, go to the drive, right click it, click share. Okay. Again, just making sure that whatever document you select from your portfolio homepage has those settings already figured out. It's not super intuitive because you would think that when you are putting it in from here, it would ask you, but it doesn't. So that's one of the reasons why I suggest that you just use the composition tools. So you might insert text and do some copying and pasting and editing as much as possible. But if you really want to include an entire, and you can also, by the way, you can make this bigger. How do we do that? I've done that before. Here we go. I clicked on that. I can bring it down. If you really want to include a document that you've spent a long time formatting and you just think it will look great on your Google Sites, just make sure that you're including a document with the correct sharing settings and that it looks like you want it to look. Okay, so I would probably want to add some text to let readers know what they're looking at. And again, I'm just going to pull up an incognito site on Chrome. I go File, New Incognito Window. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Bye.